OpenClaw is undisputedly the most powerful agentic framework ever created. It's also the most insecure. And if you listen to every one of these experts out there, it's a complete security nightmare. So this video, we're going to cut through all this hyperbole and we're going to get down to how exactly can your OpenClaw agent be hacked? And importantly, what are the steps you can take to secure it after you know how your specific setup could be compromised? So what we're going to do is send a whole library of attacks to your OpenClaw agent, and we'll get feedback on what succeeded and what didn't. And if any attacks do go through, we'll see what the steps are so we can harden your individual OpenClaw instance. All right, let's get started. All you're going to need is your OpenClaw instance, a free Docker account, and a free ZioSec account. That's it. All right, let's get started. Step 1, download Docker Desktop. Sign up for the free account. That's the only one you're going to need. Step 2, sign up for the free account on ZioSec. That's the only one you're going to need if you're doing a personal OpenClaw instance. All right, time to install our OpenClaw into ZioSec. So we're going to click on the wizard, get started, copy this curl command, drop it into the terminal, and this is going to do an authorization. Just log in and copy the code from the terminal and drop this code here into the browser window. There we go. All right, we are authorized. All right, we're going to finish the relay install. This is just where all the processing happens, so no sensitive data leaves your environment. So we're going to set up the host. Yes, we're hosting OpenClaw on our machine. And now the relay is detected. We're ready to move to the next step. OpenClaw is detected. Awesome. Let's do a test. So we got to send a test, make sure that ZioSec and the agent are talking together. Yep, they are. All right, let's continue. Set up our first campaign. And as that is running, we're going to go check out the results and we can watch those things come in real time. All right, we have a couple results. So while these continue coming in, I'm going to turn on the OpenClaw browser relay and connect my OpenClaw to the ZioSec browser. And I'm going to have my OpenClaw agent look through the results so far and give me its feedback on what it sees. All right, OpenClaw is now browsing through the ZioSec platform by itself. A lot of the findings in here are expected out of OpenClaw. It's an open trusted agent, so it freely gives out its soul file and agent's MD file, but those are still dangerous from a security perspective, so they get flagged. But you know, the big critical in here is that command execution bypass. So that means we got some CLI commands to run. All right, so let's ask OpenClaw, what do you suggest we do about this, right? So OpenClaw is saying, yeah, it's working as intended for the most part. The exec tool needs to be addressed, so it wants to allow list certain commands. And it gives some suggestions. So yes, let's go ahead and check the gateway config and let's fix this. And while it's running these fixes, let's go ahead and create a new campaign and we're going to test the fix. Let's see if it goes through on the ZioSec side, if we can detect this again. We're also going to ask OpenClaw if it can detect this by itself, so it can also run a lot of these tests by itself. And yeah, so let's set up the campaign, get it running. All right, so it looks like that test failed. We were still able to get exec commands to go through. All right, so we're just going to look through the new results that came through, and there are a handful of new takeaways in here. A couple of new flags got thrown. There's a cron job persistence. So it's good to continue to run these things as each subsequent test can detect new potential vulnerabilities. And then we're going to just ask it, like, what should we do about all of these new tests, or excuse me, all of these new findings? And what's so important about this is we're putting this in context, right? Like, I have a very unique to me in my situation setup within OpenClaw, and those issues that we've found within my specific OpenClaw won't necessarily be the same across all installs. So by asking my OpenClaw to reconfigure itself to be a little bit more secure based on what we have found on our side is a really smart move to make. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have fun, happy hacking, and be sure to ping us with questions. Them in the comments all the time. Like, subscribe, follow for more content, all of that good stuff. Thanks. Have a good night.